Welcome to this BTW Update. I'm John Luck. We start off with breaking news. According to the Spark News website, Bridgewater Rainham football head coach Dan Barron has been suspended for the team's season opener coming up on September 9th in Duxbury. The Spark site said that the suspension is due to an investigation from a parent which determined that Barron was guilty of, quote, unacceptable behavior towards a former player, end quote. Superintendent Derek Swinson released this statement saying, due to the fact that this is a personnel issue, I will not be making any comments. It is my duty to protect the confidentiality of my employees. Now, although Coach Barron is suspended for the first game of the season, he can be with the team for the upcoming practices and scrimmages. And turning to the dry weather, the drought monitor was released on Thursday, and the news is not good as the entire state of Massachusetts is in some form of a drought. Bridgewater and most of the South Shore is in a severe drought, while Boston and the North Shore are in an extreme drought, as you can see there in the red. Boston sits about 7 inches of rain under where we should be for this point in the year. Well, if you've driven on Plymouth Street over the past few days, then you may have noticed some activity in the road and a unique smell in the air. There are emergency repairs taking place on a sewer pipe. The street will be open, but do expect delays along Plymouth Street. By the end of the project, close to 2,800 feet of piping will be relined. There may be similar projects taking place over the next few weeks around town. Now, throughout the summer, we've been reminding you about the plastic bag ban. We are a little more than a week away from thin plastic bags being banned from large stores. Stores like Roach Brothers and stores of 3,000 square feet or more will not be able to use plastic bags. However, there are a few exceptions. Dry cleaning bags, newspaper bags, and produce and meat bags. The Bridgewater Green Committee will be collecting bags at different events, and those plastic bags will be given to people in need of those bags at Autumn Fest coming up on September 24th. There's also a collection bin set up at First Parish on 50 School Street. All week we've been giving you tips on back to school, from shopping to making lunches. Today we'll give you some tips for around the house. Now, of course, getting your child to sleep can be a challenge when school starts, so have a warm-up week, with each night decreasing a half hour and wake up time a half hour earlier, so by the first day of school, it's not that big of a deal. With a 5-day school week, routine is important, so create a schedule so there's some structure for homework and other household chores. And talk about your child's day-to-day life during or after dinner. This will help build social strength for both the parent and the child. It's also a good way to address if there's a problem in the classroom. Well, it's not every day a kindergartner has a chance to run on a college football field or even play Simon Says with a starting running back. August 25th was that day. From kindergarten students picking up a pencil for the first time in class to BSU football players getting set to find the pylon for the first time this season, August 25th was a day that brought both together for a day of fun at the 6th annual Road to Kindergarten held at Bridgewater State.
So we've been doing this event here at the university for 5 or 6 years, and the football team and the university have always been very gracious and welcoming. They volunteer all of their time and also their resources, and it's a community event that really sets the tone for entering the public school system. I think parents feel more comfortable, children feel more comfortable, and the best part is watching the players interact with the kids.
The kids had a chance to participate in a football-themed obstacle course, which ended in a New England football staple by spiking the ball in the end zone. While the kids are having fun, for the football players, this is a chance for a fun off day and a day the players look forward to every year.
Actually, this is one of the things. We put the schedule out and we talked to the new freshmen that came in. We explained to them what we're going to be doing at the Road to Kindergarten, and all the kids were excited about doing it. So we look forward to it every year.
The kids and players played games like Tug of War, Red Rover, Simon Says, Duck, Duck, Goose, and Red Light, Green Light. The main goal of the day is for children going into kindergarten to get to know their classmates and even make a few friends along the way.
The Road to Kindergarten program is just a volunteer orientation program that the Parents Organization puts together because our elementary school has 10 kindergarten classrooms. So even though you met a couple of friends when you were in preschool, you probably may or may not be in class with them for kindergarten. So we host a lot of events during the month of August for people to meet one another, but this is the crowning event. This is the event where we actually encourage parents to take some time off from work and be here and be present, because it's a memory that will hopefully last a lifetime.
And for Bridgewater State coaches, it gives a chance to see what some of these kids can do on the football field coming up in 2028.
Some of the techniques going over the bags and throwing the balls were very, very good. So hopefully they keep progressing, and eventually we'll be lucky enough to have talked to them first and get them to come and play for us.
For everybody involved, it was a great way to wind down the summer.
Yeah! We're having fun!
And turning to weather again, it was a great day there, especially weather-wise, and it looks like we have a great weekend shaping up. Jeff Fowler has the extended forecast.
Yeah, John, you're right. Not a lot of precipitation recently, but you have to go back really to last spring and winter, where we had that lack of snowfall, not much going on in the spring, and that has led to extreme drought conditions now from Boston up to the North Shore, with severe drought conditions here in the Bridgewater area and a moderate drought down on the Cape. And the beat keeps going on here as we look outside the BTV studios. 87 degrees right now and 72 for the dew point. That gives you a heat index in the low to mid 90s, so it's a humid day out there as the sunrise now has crept up after 6 a.m. It's 80s to near 90 across the region on this Friday afternoon. A few cooler spots. One is up here towards the Berkshires, Pittsfield at 82, and down in the Cape we are around 80 degrees. As we take a look at the radar, across the east, storms developing again this afternoon across Indiana, Ohio, and heading up towards Chicagoland. But here in the northeast, there has not been much. If you look closely, you can see a few storms heading up towards down east Maine and also across Cape Cod, and those will be fizzling out now as we approach the sunset. So as we take a look across the country, you can see this front here on this Friday afternoon moving across the eastern third of the country. It is essentially dying, but we'll still call it a cold front as it has sparked up a few thunderstorms. Also some activity down across the southeast has yet to develop into anything, but we'll monitor that for you as we go through the weekend. So on your Saturday here, this front's going to sweep on through whatever's left of it on Saturday morning, leaving partly cloudy skies. The storms will be well off to the south and east with highs, again, generally in the mid to upper 80s here in New England. You see those 90s, though, once again across the mid-Atlantic, and they'll be heading towards our area by early next week. A couple events going on. It's your last chance to head to the Marshfield Fair this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, featuring pretty much wall-to-wall sunshine in the mid-80s on Saturday and a bit cooler with perhaps a little bit of a sea breeze near Marshfield on Sunday. But as we plan ahead, again, the next 5 days, Saturday and Sunday, both looking like plenty of sunshine here. Temps in the mid to upper 80s. It'll get a bit more humid as we start next week, and maybe some thunderstorms by Tuesday night possibly. But again, temperatures generally in the 80s to near 90 degrees.
Thanks, Jeff. Let's look at the week ahead for town government. All these meetings are open to the public, starting with the Finance Committee meeting on Monday night at 7 p.m. at the Academy Building. The Planning Board will meet on Monday night as well at 6:30 p.m. at the Police Station on Pleasant Street. The Rules and Procedures Committee will hold their meeting on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. in the Academy Building in room 201A. Thank you for watching this BTW update. I'm John Luck.